And welcome back to the Michael Cohen Show on our continued journey to 500,000 subscribers. Come on, let's get there. Hit subscribe, watch, comment, keep the comments coming, and share with your family and your friends because the insanity, it's not stopping. I mean, think about this. Yesterday, Trump was at the G7 summit. He decided to leave, let's just say, early, right? Because of the conflict with Israel and Iran. Now, this morning on Air Force One, he spoke to reporters, one asking him if he is looking for a ceasefire. Play the clip.
What specifically is better than a ceasefire? What are you looking for here?
An end, a real end, not a ceasefire, an end.
So something that would be permanent?
Yeah, or giving up entirely. That's okay too. Are you
close there? Is that possible in the next 24
Why not? Certainly possible. Complete give up. That's possible. Yeah.
Yeah. Look, I'm not against that. I absolutely agree. Iran should completely stop. They should stop. They're not going to ever have a nuke. All right. It's never going to be permissible to whether it's Israel. In fact, other countries in the Middle East. It's just they are too unstable as a country. Now, his comment, by the way, it comes after his, well, let's just call it a late night Truth Social post ranting about rumors of a ceasefire. Let me show you what he wrote. In it, he says, publicity-seeking President Emmanuel Macron of France mistakenly said that I left the G7 summit in Canada to go back to DC to work on a ceasefire between Israel and Iran. Wrong. He has no idea why I am now on my way to Washington, but it certainly has nothing to do with a ceasefire. Much bigger than that. Whether purposely or not, Emmanuel always gets it wrong. Stay tuned. I mean, I got to be honest with you. That's kind of maybe why, you just don't do these things at night. But at 3 a.m. in the morning, he also posted that he hasn't reached out to Iran for peace talks. Let me show you what he wrote. In it, he turns around and he says, I have not reached out to Iran for peace talks in any way, shape, or form. This is just more highly fabricated fake news. If they want to talk, they know how to reach me. They should have taken the deal that was on the table, would have saved a lot of lives. Okay, agreed. I totally agree with what he's saying there. They should have taken the deal. They didn't. A lot of people have lost their lives. There's nothing inaccurate. It's just improper. I mean, you don't Truth Social your way to peace. Now, Caitlin Collins of CNN asked Trump this morning how close he thinks Iran is to having a nuclear weapon. Play that clip.
Mr. President, you've always said that you don't believe Iran should be able to have a nuclear weapon, but how close do you personally think that they were to getting one? Because Tulsi Gabbard testified in March that the intelligence community said Iran wasn't building a nuclear weapon.
I don't care what she said. I think they were very close to having it.
I mean, again, here come the knives out. Tulsi, again, you cannot speak. Here's a little suggestion for you, Tulsi. All right, don't speak out of turn. It's never going to benefit you. This I promise. Meanwhile, Trump continued to say that Iran should have made the deal. Play that clip.
Are you open to negotiating with the Iranians right now, or do you want to wait?
I don't know. I've been negotiating. I told them to do the deal. They should have done the deal. Their cities have been blown to pieces. Have lost a lot of people. They should have done the deal. I told them do the deal. So I don't know. I'm not too much in a mood to negotiate now.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Iran is in a very, very bad position right now because Israel, with their air support, is going to destroy Tehran. Meanwhile, reported then asked Trump why people were being told to evacuate Tehran. Play that clip.
What was the thinking on the call for Tehran to evacuate? Is there a threat or is there incoming? What was the thinking on the full evacuation?
I want people to be safe. And that's always possible. A thing like that could happen. I just want people to be safe.
Yeah, okay. Meanwhile, on the plane, Trump also spoke ill about Governor Tim Walz. Not sure during this moment in time should even be on the guy's mind, but it was. Play the clip.
Have you called the governor yet or been able to speak to any of them?
I don't really call him. Look, he appointed this guy to the position. I think the governor Minnesota's so whacked out. I'm not calling. He's a mess. So, I could be nice and call him, but why waste time?
Oh, I'm not so sure after everything that's taken, it's not wasting time. It's just being compassionate. Then, of course, Eric Trump went on Fox News to talk about how his father just wants peace in the world. And that is why he is the most respected person in the Middle East. Play that clip.
Certainly wouldn't stand for that. And I think it's a great parallel to exactly what's happening right now. But, it's interesting. You also have a guy who won't bow down to the industrial military complex in this country, does not want to go to war, cannot stand watching beautiful young, Ukrainians and beautiful young Russian kids going into trenches and shooting each other at point blank ranges. I mean, beautiful lives. I've got an incredible son. I've got an incredible daughter. You see how much time goes into raising these kids. Their lives are expunged like that because some guy goes around the corner of a trench, pulls a little trigger that's, 3 pounds, and all of a sudden some kid's life is taken forever away from their parents. He doesn't want to see that. Right? He wants peace in the world. He wants stability in the world. By the way, it's why Donald Trump is the most respected person hands down in the Middle East, because they want stability as well. And so, Sean, I'm proud of him. We sit here on the 10-year anniversary. I love the man. He's changed the trajectory of America forever. And I couldn't be more proud to call him my father, and I couldn't be more proud to fight by his side every single day as I have for the last 10 years.
You know what's really funny is on that day, I remember Don, Ivanka, and Eric came to my office telling me, you got to convince Dad to get out of this race. He's going to destroy the Trump name. They're going to end up ultimately changing the name from Trump to Rump. That's not my words. That was Don, Eric, and Ivanka's. Meanwhile, Pete Hegseth was also on Fox News. I mean, thank God for Pete Hegseth, right? He goes on Fox News saying that we are observing peace through strength. Play the clip.
Be in the Situation Room pretty soon with the president. Is he still aiming for a nuclear deal with the Iranians?
Of course. The president's, as he said today, his position has not changed. What you're watching in real time is peace through strength and America first. Our job is to be strong. We are postured defensively in the region to be strong. In pursuit of a peace deal. And we certainly hope that's what happens here. And America first means we're going to defend American personnel and American interests. So when you see jets and you see air defense assets and counter UAS assets, that's because my job as the Secretary of Defense is to ensure that our people are safe and that we're strong so that we can set the conditions for a deal. And President Trump's made it clear it's on the table. The question is whether Iran will take it.
Meanwhile, Jesse Waters looked like he wanted to turn and say to him, the hell are you talking about? Because when I listened to that, that's all I was thinking about. Oh, my God. Thank God that we have Pete Hegseth. We can all now turn around and rest assured that we are safe. The hell is he talking about? Meanwhile, Fox News' Martha McCallum, she spoke to a guest about how Trump refused and then ultimately decided that he would go ahead and do it to sign the G7 statement calling for Iran and Israel to de-escalate. Play that clip.
Reporter on the scene at the G7 says that a White House official is telling us, and we heard some wind of this earlier today, that President Trump will not sign the G7 joint statement that was expected to call for Israel and Iran to de-escalate, and that President Trump will continue to work towards ensuring Iran cannot obtain a nuclear weapon. What do you read into that, Lizzie?
I think it's amazing. I think that this is exactly what we need, is America and Israel together holding hands. And frankly, I think that Prime Minister Netanyahu and President Trump should be receiving a Nobel Peace Prize for their efforts here, because this is going to change the entire face of the Middle East, but they are also saving the entire Western world from nuclear disaster. And I think, it's exactly what we want to see, this team aligned, and they're not going to, they're not going to leave until the job is done.
Lizzie, thank you.
Lizzie clearly has no idea what the Nobel Peace Prize is given for, but that's okay. That's okay. Now, while Trump claimed that he left G7 because of Iran, I want to show you a few clips from yesterday that may suggest, well, maybe there was some other motives. And while answering questions, Mark Carney, He stepped in, stopped Trump from taking more questions. Play that clip.
All Democrat-run cities, and they think they're going to use them to vote. It's not going to happen.
That's it. Thank you. If you don't mind, I'm going to exercise my role, if you will, as G7 chair, since we have a few more minutes with the president and his team, and then we actually have to start the meeting to address some of these big issues. So,
thank you. Thank you, media. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, what they didn't want is they didn't want to start talking about Israel and Iran. That's my estimations, what it seemed like to me. And by the way, good for Mark Carney there. And good for President Trump for allowing the questioning to stop. Trump then later stood with Keir Starmer, and then he proceeded to drop the paper copy of the deal, the big, beautiful deal that he signed. But he could end up confusing the UK with the EU. Play the clip.
The UK, and we just signed a document. This is, sorry about that. This is it. A very important document. Little windy out here. Give me that. We just signed it, and it's done. And so we have our trade agreement with the European Union, and it's a fair deal for both.
Now, what Keir should have turned around and said, no, sir, I think you meant with the UK. And it's okay. Look, these trips are exhausting, but you literally just said 2 seconds earlier, you just signed with the UK. Why the EU? It's just the whole thing is baffling. And I bring this up not to poke fun. No, I bring it up to contrast. Just imagine if that was Joe Biden who made that mistake, how the Republicans, how the entire world would be jumping on top of his head. And as always, thanks for listening. Hey, everyone. First of all, thanks for watching. I mean, we're going to be posting daily episodes with reactions and talking about politics. We'll be talking about everything, in fact. So please like and subscribe. Join us on this journey.